I married a psychopath in a cult because a prophet named Shawn Bolz said that God was giving me to him, only to find out that he ended up getting all of my information off of Facebook and used that information to try to get me to trust his word. Bethel of Bethel Music has been aware of this since 2020, and all of these allegations have come out, and they have received a lot of criticism for not warning their congregation about Shawn, because they kind of just quietly quit him and started to remove his books and started to associate with him less, but they did not warn anybody about what Shawn was doing. And there was also sexual allegations that they did not warn anybody out about as well. So we are going to read their statement. They pretty much got pushed into a corner into releasing this, and it's insane. So let's read through it together. And just so you know, this is only for the alumni. So they are still not even making a statement towards their entire church, who very much trusted Shawn for many, many years. They are only releasing this to the alumni because it is the alumni that really stirred this up and caused this problem for them. Okay, here we go. Dear alumni, we know that this feels late for some of you. Sorry that this has taken so long. We are aware of the conversation happening regarding Shawn Bolz and our confrontations with him that took place more than 5 years ago. We have delayed in an effort to reflect our recollection accurately, as the issues are important and complex. So just to start off, I think it's interesting that they're saying this took place more than 5 years ago. I feel like this is such a PR statement that they are trying to distance themselves from the situation, and them saying that they delayed in an effort to reflect our recollection accurately. You did not delay for 5 years for this reason. So to me, that is just an excuse, and they are trying to justify why they did not come forward. Shawn Bolz had ministered with us many times for many years and had a great impact on our house. We deeply valued and trusted him and appreciated his prophetic gift. Many of us have received important, accurate prophecies and words of knowledge from him prior to social media being so pervasive that we had great confidence in. So right here, they are doubling down on their stamp of approval on at least some of his prophetic words. I think they are going to distance themselves from his words of knowledge via Facebook, but they are backing him, and I think that they are trying to justify why they trusted him. Because a lot of people have criticized, like, where's y'all's discernment? How did you not discern that he was a fraud? And I think that they are trying to justify why they didn't see this coming or why they had faith in him, is they are saying that they had received accurate prophetic words previously, which in 2019, some significant concerns came to us from respected international leaders regarding irregularities in Shawn's words of knowledge gift that caused them to wonder if he had been using social media to generate them. We believe that these concerns and the evidence to support them were gathered and shared in good faith and out of concern for the global church. Their presentation of over a dozen words amongst hundreds that he had given was a small sample size, but regardless was validly concerning and needed to be addressed. For some of our team, the evidence felt conclusive, but for others, it was not. We did not have a consensus, but we were very concerned and sought clarity from him. To me, this continues to reiterate the idea that maybe he is a true prophet, because it says that this was a presentation of over a dozen words, but a small sample size. So I think that they are implying here, without saying it, that he has given hundreds of words, and who's to say if he really is a false prophet, because this is a small sample size. 2 of our leaders met with Shawn on 2 separate occasions about this. Chris flew down for his meeting with Shawn at Bill Johnson's request. So this is important because remember, Bill had that joint appearance with Shawn in 2023 on TBN. So this statement here proves that Bill knew about it, which, I mean, we can put 2 and 2 together, but it's confirmed that he knew about this in 2020. Our leaders also met with Shawn's board and shared the evidence and our concerns. Each time, Shawn absolutely denied using any social media in his words of knowledge or prophecies. Shawn still maintains that he never used social media in any words. And truthfully, this is crazy. And truthfully, unless something changes, only he and the Lord really knew what took place. If anyone is unconvinced if Shawn is guilty, please go look up videos where it shows exactly what he said and how it directly correlated to Facebook, and sometimes it was wrong, and it was wrong because it was portrayed differently on Facebook. It is so blatantly clear. I cannot imagine any person looking at the evidence and thinking that Shawn could even remotely be innocent of data mining, at least sometimes. So this statement saying, unless something changes, only he and the Lord really know what took place, that is such a cop-out. And I mean, I guess, yeah, how can we for sure know that someone is not hearing from God? They're essentially saying that they're okay with putting their head in the sand because can we ever really prove that someone didn't get something from God? And I think that they are saying this to protect themselves legally. We ended up in a stalemate without a satisfactory resolution of our concerns, without definitive proof. Okay, guys, without definitive proof, repentance, or a team consensus, and I think that that is the most important part of this. We made no public statement because we weren't sure. The leaders who previously investigated and gathered the evidence were, of course, free to do what they thought was best going forward. And this is why I thought it was important to tell you guys about the different leaders of Bethel in my initial video, because to me, what this is sounding like is that the leaders did not agree on what was right and what was wrong. And if I had to put my money on it, we have seen those text messages from Chris, and he has also commented on his Instagram saying, listen, I want nothing to do with Shawn. I would bet money that Chris Valton thinks that he is a con, wants nothing to do with him. And I think that Bill is probably the one who's saying, how can we ever really know? Because we know that Bill Johnson has a history of covering up abuse and these false prophets. And who is the head of the house? Bill Johnson. Next, they are going to get into the other allegations, so follow for the next part.